All right, let's see. It looks like we got sound going out. Let's turn the light. Okay, I'm gonna pull the Twitch chat up, get going here. Okay. We are jumping straight in tonight, picking up on the FlipClock, which is what I worked on last on the stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're still good. Specifically tonight, though, I want to build the next layer up. So we did the flip digit before, which represents a single one of these things, and it can change from any one number to any other number. In this case, we're actually just incrementing it by 1 each time. But next we want a flip clock, which holds 4 of these digits and puts a colon between them and provides an easy interface for setting the first half and the second half. That's what I'm working on tonight. We have flip digit from before. We're going to make a new one called flip clock. Flip clock is going to extend group or maybe just widget? Maybe just widget. We may need some things realistically. We'll probably need all the exact same things as flip digit, except for not these, I guess. Or, I mean, we may as well take them, I guess, and just pass them along. Well, argument value is mutable. So you're gonna have all the same things. We pretty much need self for all of these. I mean, I guess we don't need it, but we probably should have it in case we want to go back and do anything with any of them. I'm just gonna want like all of these. First one wrong. Basically need all of these, and then we're just gonna pass them straight through. Whoops. to the digits. I have enough. Whoops. And I think I'm just gonna call them digit 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, excuse me, 0, 1, 2, 3. So digit 0 is flip digit. It's gonna basically have all of these things passed into it. One of those. Pretty much want 4 digits, which can all be roughly the same. We'll change x and y of them, or x of them. Change y. No. I mean, the user will be able to change y by just changing it on the widget, since it's a group, so. You should self-append, though. Self.append, self.digit 0. So let's also go digit 1. X equals file width. Digit 2. This one also needs room for the colon. Let's say 12 pixels for right now. I don't know. Not sure how we're going to draw the colon yet. Okay. Three actually go digit 2.x plus tile width. Yeah, that should move it to the right of 2. Yeah, that should give us a clock with zeros at least, I think, so let's give that a try. Turn off the values for now. All this stuff add expected argument. Would it be unexpected? So what the error is on the device? Functional takes one positional argument, but 8 were given. This is something is wrong because self is not purple. Init, not purple. Class. Is an attribute static palette. Okay. Not bad, but kind of broken. So for one thing, we should go back to the smaller ones. I changed over to some bigger ones in this most recent version. They're 64 by 55. Honestly, they're too big though. I pretty much had to delete almost everything else off of my device in order to fit them. And it's not bigger enough on the screen to make that big of a difference. I think one thing we'll try is using the smaller ones and then using scale, maybe? Scale 2? Now that we want these are smaller. But in order to use them, we have to go delete the other ones because there's not room for both. I need to delete this, delete this, delete this, and delete this so that they're actually deleted. Grab these here. These need to go back to the old sizes, which were 48 and 50. Yeah. And these are actually called gray. Ooh. Oh. Hmm. Doesn't have green as the first index? Zeroth index? Need to look into how to set the palette. What's up with our X's? Digit 0 should be just at 0, 0. Digit 1 should be at 0, 0, but plus tile width, which is 48 now. Work on those two first, I guess? Those seem okay. Tile width. Space. Right, plus another tile width, actually. We need ×2 on this. For what we're still setting, or what we're still printing. The one thing is right now we can't, right now they animate synchronously instead of asynchronously. It's weird to do something like they go sequentially. They won't go at the same time. Which is not the end of the world. And in fact, some flip mechanisms might have actually been bound to only move one at a time, because it might have been like one motor with a different clutch that grabs onto different digits somehow. I don't know the exact way it would fit together, but I can imagine that mechanism exists, and it can like clamp off of one and onto the next one. But I do think it would be nice if they could go asynchronously. Really, all we would need to do is just not call sleep here, and then provide a tick method that will do the animation for us, and then call that. Let's make the API something like this. Let's say we have self.animating is false right now. We'll set it to true when we're animating. Let's say async equals false. Oh, we can't do this, can we? Blocking. True. Blocking. True. We're going to switch this to ace. Well, we're actually going to allow both by doing it this way. So we're going to... Are we? Yeah, I guess so. If blocking... Whoops. Do all this. If blocking... Do all this. The else... It's a little more complex. Else we'll do something. Else. Then what we're doing here is we basically need to iterate this for loop inside of this tick. Or let's say animate let's call it animate, I guess. And we basically need to keep track of the current frame and then the last time that it moved. Yeah. Self.animating state. Not animating. So if we're not blocking, when they call top flip animate, we're going to go self.animating state equals animating top, animating true, self.current animation frame. Started on -1? Started on 0. So we're going to do the first frame right now. Set this, but I is going to be current animation frame. Would be 0. And then we're also going to say self.last animation time equals now equals time.monotonic. Animating bottom animation file graded 0, animation frame times value, last animation time is now. And we want to go ahead and increment this, since already as of here we're going to be showing the first frame. As soon as we set this, as soon as this line executes, we're going to be showing the first frame. So we want to go ahead and say self.current animation frame plus equals 1. That way, when the time comes inside of here, we will show the next one, and we'll increment again. And so to do that, we're going to go now equals time dot monotonic. We're going to go if now is greater than self.last animation time plus self.animation delay, time to animate. Well, actually, let's go if self.animating or say self.animation state. It doesn't equal, not animating. So if we are animating either side, check if it's time or not. We shouldn't have this. If it's time for the next frame, and if we're animating the top, and if the current, how we want to do it? And frame count. Then basically do all these things again. Getting close to releasing Palette Fader in the community bundle. That's awesome. Pretty much will just do these again. We don't have value. Oh, value, I see. Yeah, I guess we need to keep that. Self.animating. We really need both, don't we? See, it's tricky. I probably should have written it asynchronous from the get-go, but now be self.top animating value. Inside of here, we're going to need to set it. Here. So if we actually do get to here, else last frame is done, we probably need to do something. But let's also handle animating bottom. So one thing, we'll go back to none for that. that part for sure. Oh yeah, this is gonna get all kinds of weird, isn't it? Might be backing out of making it asynchronous for now. I may keep this and pick up on it later. It's actually going to get super complex because everything inside of here also needs to happen in order. All of these hiddens need to occur essentially after the animation is done. Then this needs to happen after that, followed by this, followed by this. Perhaps tomorrow morning if things go smoothly. Sweet. Yeah, that's super cool. I'm excited to have it published. Definitely digging it in this project for sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually... I'll save it. I'll take a copy of it and I'll keep it. Maybe we will pick it back up and finish it. I think I'm more interested in solving other parts of it than making it asynchronous, though. I think that's going to get even more it's already fairly complex, and it's only going to get more complex. I think I'd rather keep it a little simpler, especially since the trade-off is not that bad. Basically, it doesn't really matter that much. Especially if some of the actual mechanisms were like that anyway. So let's go back. This version, we're just going to go back to this. Get rid of this for now. I mean, that's not bad. I like that it goes eventually, kind of. So one thing I wonder is, do we have enough room for scale 2? And I'm guessing not. By 0 or... Yeah. Technically go up a tad, I guess. The 9 looked messed up. right. One thing I would like at the clock level is, I think, a way to set them by the pairs. I want to be able to set the first pair to, let's say, 12 or 0, 9. Set the second pair. We make it string. Give it a string for now. Maybe eventually we could have it be numbers. Can't pass 0, 9 as a number though. I guess it could just know that 9 is the. That's interesting that str can be used to compare like this, but also can be used as a function like this to convert something. So like it is really a function, but somehow it is also one of these types for comparing. Which is a strange quirk of Python that I never really thought about, but if it's not a string or not length 2, raise this error. So if we make it to here, then none of those things was true. We're okay, so we're gonna go digit 0 dot value equals int of new pair first digit 1 dot value equals int new pair first digit 0 or 1 index digit. One is a function, the other is an instance. pair type, pair, same stuff. Value will be digit 3. No, digit 2, digit 3. Those stay the same. It's actually second pair. Now we can, instead of that, go clock.first pair equals 12 as a string. Clock.second pair equals 09. Let's say actually 4-3, 4-2. So it will change every digit. And then actually make it 47. Per val, whoops. Per val equals second pair. Next val equals int cur val plus 1. Clock.second pair equals next val string next val. Oh, time.sleep. That's interesting. Expecting. I think we returned the wrong ones in here. We returned the wrong ones in here. Yeah, okay. Second pair should be doing these. Element refers to is instance a string over type. Oh, it scolded me. I have seen that before, actually. That's true, yeah. I don't run Pylint on this, but I do recall that now that you mention it. Is instance new pair string. Then we don't need this. But we do actually, in this case, do need not. If not is instance new pair. Okay, one thing is, we shouldn't change this if it doesn't need to. So inside here, we should have some checks. If digit 0.value is not this one, then do that. Pretty much need the same thing for all of these. Alright, we're gonna let it roll over to 60. Yeah. We could really run both, I guess, if we wanted. I like the way that going sequentially kind of gives it a beat. It is much slower than I had it to begin with. I was looking at something like that was... Honestly, that feels a lot more asynchronous than before. I know it's still not, but kind of does make it feel like the next one starts before the previous one ends, but it doesn't actually happen that way. Every now and then this video hitches as well. I think that's just in the either the stream back to my computer or the camera. Okay, so let's draw a couple dots for the colon. Get that colon in there, and then I think I'll probably call it a night, but this is basically what I wanted to get to. Was we had the flip digit before. I want to get to the point where we had the flip clock that we could essentially use to create the actual clock. Let me try scale. Talked about scale earlier. I don't know if it's actually gonna fit, right? So I don't know. Can we just... I guess I could call... It's one way to do it, huh? I guess I could just say... Knit here, scale 2. It's gonna be too big. I also don't know if the animations are gonna work right. Okay. Animations do work right, as far as I can tell. We're so far off the screen, it's kind of hard to see, I guess. Even through the camera, it's looking very good. Nice. Thank you. I do actually kind of like this look. I don't know if we have enough room. We'll need to scrunch them. I do actually kind of like that look. We could also go inside here where we change our X's. This could be less. We could also do something like scoot this one over, like actually have quite a bit of room we could squeeze from around the side. So we could say digit 0 dot x equals, do something like -12, I think, because that's what my padding is. That's tile width. -12. I don't know if that's going to turn out right. Not bad. First one is looking a little cramped. I guess maybe minus 12 is a bit too much. This one, I guess the problem is though it's always going to have some. I was thinking maybe we could get it to where the gray was much closer to this gray. We actually can't really do that. We could get it down to where there's only a single instance of the in-between margin color instead of double. We could get it much closer like this, but there's always still going to be that bar between them with the current sprites. The other thing is you could change the padding size maybe in the generator script. Not sure we actually are going to have enough. We barely have the third one on the screen. We do have room we could scoot it over, but then we're basically not going to have room for the colon. We're pretty much as far left as we can go on this one. I think this one, honestly, I think we're already actually biting into the right side of the first digit. Just going to continue cutting more out of that first digit, so I think we're actually probably not. It actually looked like it got closer. Biting more out of it. Eventually it should, right? Oh, we can get them overlapped. Because of the transparency, we can get them overlapped, I see. I don't know that we necessarily want them completely overlapped. That's not bad, though. There might be enough room to squeeze everything else. Got to scale 2 now so we can divide our colon space. Actually changed too much, did it? Oh. So ironically, the answer might actually be scale them down some. The right answer is probably yes to scale 2, but also shrink the size of these even more. Because I went back to using the smaller ones, but what we do is we go even more smaller than what we had. These ones are 48 by 50 for each half. We go even smaller than that, and then we use scale 2. Because we wouldn't need to go too much smaller, maybe like, let's see where we're at here. Wait, that was the wrong way, wasn't it? No, I had 24. I mean, this, we still don't really have room for the colon in there. We're closer. Or where these numbers come from. Probably calculate this, but yeah. Okay. Tell you what I'm gonna do for now is these back how they were. So because we extended widget, we should actually be able to just center this super easily. We should be able to go like clock.anchor point 0.5, 0.5, clock.record position. I don't know if this is going to work actually. May not, because we might not have set width. I think we actually need to do something when we override widget. Thing. I'm surprised it moved at all. Part of it's gone or something though. I think we actually need to override like measure or something like that. Resize. State position. In our case, we are not letting the user resize, but we should try to set the height and width. call super here. I think that is a little more accurate. So then if we did this now, I think it can actually work. There we go. Now it's centered up. It's white for now. They're going to be much smaller. That to a variable. syntax. Really what we want is 1/3 and 2/3 of the total height. Height times 2 because the tiles are each half. Over 3. Bottom is just this times 2. 2/3 to 1/3. Looks pretty good. I think we probably want a little bit more for this. One little nudge, maybe 6. Yeah. See if we could hook this up to NTP real quick. Probably gonna head out after that, I think. I'm probably gonna head out either way, but if I succeed or not, but I'm gonna give it a try. I won't worry about updating it correctly all the time either. For now, I'm just gonna try to pull the time, set it to the clock. You know, maybe update the minutes or something, and then just call it good after that. And we'll come back later eventually, and we'll have it recheck the time. I guess this one is rechecking. I suppose we could recheck. I guess we could just sleep for the full minute. That's one way to do it. Probably need secrets. Should probably have that stuff already. Gonna guess. Not go looking. So then we just have to call that date time, huh? No. We need to do this. I cut this earlier when I went to Circuit. easy offset. So I'm actually in like -5, I think. It said hour. Yeah, I think I'm like -5 actually. Yeah, 2015. That's what time it is here. 2015. So, how do we get the things off of this? Can we like access these one at a time, or? No examples. Can we say like printer ntp.datetime? See if we can access just like days and months and whatever. Oh, okay, those are just the names. Okay, so TM, we want hour and minute. We're gonna ignore seconds for now. So we'll say first pair equals, let's say cur time is this. And then here we're gonna go string cur time tm hour string cur time tm minute, and then in here let's do can you just like call this again? Will that make a new request, or will it keep track? Will it keep updating itself? Do these things again? I guess we could not do the first one out here. That way the first time it happens is inside here, right before we sleep. And then, I mean, realistically, at this point, we could sleep for the full minute. Do 10 seconds, just so it's a little easier to try to tell if it's crashed or not. No attribute minute. Is it min? TM min? Yeah. Nice. So theoretically, this will like try to update itself every 10 seconds. And if the thing actually gives me new time, then it'll update itself. It'll just be a clock, which is kind of cool. I'll see though. 2019 is what my PC time says now. So again, we're on like a 10-second cycle, and then we're also, there it goes. Nice. We're also relying on that thing to return us a new value. Indeed it does. So now we're, plus or minus 10 seconds from, I won't say real time, but whatever this thing got as real time when it fetched from the NTP, bearing in mind that time.monotonic and time.sleep, stuff like this is not guaranteed to be exactly 10 seconds, right? So it may not be exact, but within about 10 seconds of the minute changing on my PC, it updates on here. This one will flip 2 numbers, actually, so we want to watch that. Let's watch that flip over to 20, and then I'll probably call it a night after that, I think. Pretty happy with where we got to here to have the clock, and then even proof of, oh, there it goes. This one was like right on the nose. Boom, 20. Pretty happy to get all the way to here and have it actually pulling its time from online, so yeah. I think I'll call it a night there. Thanks again, C. Grover, for sharing the palette fader stuff. That's super awesome to hear that that's getting pretty close. Um, Definitely let me know. I'll be interested to just know that that's out there, and I'll feel a little better about also releasing the code and stuff on this, because it does rely on that palette fader. Although probably I should still go ahead and I should probably go ahead. I don't think I actually did make a repo. Whoa, what is that? My goodness, I'm not logged into GitHub anymore. Oh, that's awful. Really, we're not logged into GitHub? Really? Not. That is a bummer. Guess I can log in. The mobile. Does it defeat the purpose if we show this part on the stream? Kinda did that accidentally already. Yeah, kinda, because we just put this in here. Alright, well that's good to know. Don't sign in stream showing. It's a good lesson for next time. I think I don't have FlipClock out here yet. Do I? Flip? I don't. Okay, let me make FlipClock real fast. New repo. I'm just gonna say CircuitPython FlipClock. I'm gonna call it like FlipClock things though, because it has the CircuitPython code. It also has the CPython code for generating the sprite sheets. It also has random notes files and random copies of the sprite sheets and different things. We'll make a proper library for the widget library once that's ready to go, but for now I'm just going to dump everything in this. That way it's at least public somewhere. We can set the license to MIT, create that repo. We can copy this, go to here. Oh, I think the camera just died on us. How fitting. Git init. Whoops. I wonder if you can init and add remote in one fell swoop. Git remote add foamy guy this. So the thing here though is we have already a conflict of this has license, which this does not, but this has all of these, which this does not. And we want to be on main. Technically we're on master, so git checkout main. Okay. We're on main. Pull? Just pull? It canceled. Main has no tracked branch. Use upstream branch. Foamy guy main? And update. That's from before? No. Main has no tracked branch. That is tracked branch. Didn't actually work. Does tracked branch? Need to update. Ah. I shouldn't have made the license. Pull from the guy main. And that pulled something. Create a license file? It did. So why does this not work? But this command does. Interesting. Okay, well, we're close now. So now I think we should be able to just go add all this. Make sure there's not anything I'd want to leave out, which I don't think so. It's just notes about the project. This is a font file that's permissively licensed already. I think. League Spartan definitely is. think those are both League of Movable types. They're just a bunch of sprite sheets. And I should actually go ahead and take the current versions of CircuitPy, FlipDigit, FlipClock. This has kept updating itself too. Now it's on 2025, so that's pretty sweet that that's actually working. I haven't messed with the NTP library too much. That makes it super easy to make a internet-based clock. That NTP library. You could do all kinds of stuff like Matrix Portal or Feather. I mean, not Feather, but the e-ink one, MagTag. You can actually make all kinds of clocks super easily with that NTP library. Take those, we'll drop those in here. I have kind of a hodgepodge of stuff in this, so eventually we'll clean it up and separate them to proper repos, but this is kind of the hold all bucket for now. We'll say this is the, what will we call this? We'll say this is the NTP clock. Add those. Now we can push all this stuff. Now this stuff is at least actually live. I don't have README or anything like that, so you kind of gotta just know how it works right now. There's no documentation or anything, but it is live, including the scripts that make the animation sprite sheets and the static sprite sheets, as well as the current versions of the code inside here, FlipDigit, FlipClock. So, all right, I am headed out for now. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Thank you, C. Grover, for your palette fader. This thing is super sweet. I will be back sometime, definitely Friday for sure, for the deep dive. Don't know about before that, but maybe we shall see. You can follow me over on the Twitch if you want the notification for that. Wow, it's quite bright in here on the camera, isn't it? But anyway, I hope everybody has a good night. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.